Mr. Security Analysis Portfolio Management is actually based on the concept of investment. So, when I use the term investment, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Yes, you can put your responses in the chat box if anyone wants to answer. You can just raise your hand. Yes, what's the first thing? Okay, yes. So Pratham says it is return that comes to our mind when we think of the term investment. Future returns. Yes. What else? Yield. Okay. So when we talk about yield, we are more or less talking about investment in bonds. Okay. What else? What examples of investment come to your mind? You have surplus money and you want to have good returns in the future. Okay, so you think about mutual funds, you think about stocks. If you are more risk averse, you'll go for some bank deposit, real estate. If you are a risk lover, you'll go for derivatives. And yes, again, if you want something very safe, then go for FDs. So there is a trade-off. All of us know that if you are assuming lower risk, the expected rate of return will also be low. So the rule in the financial market or in any investment is higher the risk, higher is the expected return. And then again, commodities, derivatives, these all are different avenues of investment. So some of these, I believe only real estate here would be a physical asset or a real asset in which we can invest. Uh, all the others, the examples which you people have shared are of the financial assets. So if I introduce the concept of investment to you, as individuals, rarely do our incomes or earnings match with our consumption pattern. Okay, so there is mostly an imbalance between what we earn and how much we want to consume. Now, if my earnings are lower than my consumption needs, my consumption expenditure, then I need to borrow. And if my earnings are higher than what I consume, what my consumption needs are, then I am saving. Okay, so if I am earning more and if I am consuming less, then I have savings. Now, these savings, if I keep in my Almira, say for a year, when I retrieve the amount after a year, that amount remains the same. But if I want growth in the amount that I have saved, then I need to invest. So investment is making more money out of the money which you have. And then again, it's not necessary that you are using your own savings for making investment. People also borrow and then invest. So making money out of money is investment. You trade off. You forego your money today in the anticipation of returns in the future. Now, then again, let's take the opposite case when my earnings are lower than than my consumption. Then to meet my consumption needs, I need to borrow. Now, this borrowing is again involving some cost. Say I take a loan from the bank, then there is a rate of interest involved. I borrow today, I return tomorrow. For the duration of borrowing, I need to pay some cost to the bank, which is your real rate of interest. Or if you remember in corporate finance, we said that this was the time value of money. So since there is inflation, since there is interest rate involved, the amount which you borrow and the amount which you return will have a difference. So you're paying the cost of borrowing, and that will be the real rate of interest. Again, if I am saving, then I expect to earn some real rate of interest on the investment made. So all these dynamics, whatever we are talking about here, that involves a cost, that involves a return, and there is also a risk involved. So all these elements make the concept of investment. Let's move further. Let's have a look at the definition of investment. So is the screen, I can't see, I think the screen is not visible. I'll present the screen again. Okay, so now it's visible. So the willingness of the people to pay difference for borrowed funds and the desire to receive a surplus on their savings in the future gives rise to interest rate, which is referred to as pure value, pure time value of money. Now, how is this interest rate determined in the market? It is through the comparison of the saving and the expected demand in the future. So, over a period of time, a comparison is made between what will be the supply of funds and what will be the consumption. And through that, the interest rate is determined. So, investment is the commitment of current funds in anticipation of receiving a higher amount in the future. Accordingly, what are the elements involved? The time over which you are committing the funds, what is the expected rate of return, and the uncertainty or the certainty of future payment. So, that is basically weighing what is the risk involved in the investment. Now, when we talk about investment, when we talk about an investor, we are not only talking about individuals here, we are also talking about corporates, banks, PSUs, entities, registered entities, which are planning to go for some investment. So, it is not only analysis of the portfolio or the goals of an individual investor, but we can also have investor in form of government, a pension fund, a mutual fund, insurance company, private companies. These all can be investors in the market. Okay. So another related term is speculation. So when we talk about investment, we always try to differentiate it from the term speculation. So what do we mean by speculation? Yes, most of you are aware of what speculation is. So who will tell me how is the market right now? NSE, BSE, anyone who's following the market closely. Let's just talk about uh, is the market in the need of a correction? Anyone expecting this bubble to burst because there has been an unrealistic growth in the market. If I talk about from the time the pandemic has set in spite of downsizing of the expectation of growth in our economy, the market is showing an upward growth. So if I talk about this week, the market has been in red mostly. None of you is following the market?
Ma'am, yes.
Yes,
Yes,
Ritik.
ma'am, the market has never been.
Okay,
Ma'am,
so
it's been falling from past three sessions
yes,
continuously.
yes. And what can be the reason for the same?
Ma'am, because Delta variant.
Okay,
All the
so
global cues are afraid of Delta variant.
yes, yes. So
They,
yes, absolutely right, Ritik. Yes, anyone would like to add any other reason for the same? So yes, global cues, Delta variant cases are rising. If we talk about US, UK, US, so European countries. So the third wave is setting in, yes, and that deters the recovery process of the economy. Okay, also the market, if you read expert papers, the market might see some correction in the future because a large percentage of the growth which we are seeing has been unreasonable. Okay, especially the equity market. I'm talking about the equity market here. So there we might see some correction in the future, and this bubble that is being created, it might burst. Okay, coming back to the difference which we are talking about, how is speculation is basically a short term, in not investment but short term money being put in the anticipation of making quick profits. So you are buying securities or you're buying assets, you're selling assets, but in a very short span of time, you are trying to make quick returns. So, like investment, speculation is also a very calculated activity, a calculated move. But speculation would be for a very short span of time, while investment is always with some objective and a comparatively long time horizon. Okay. So investment speculation, and then there is a third related term which we use, which is gambling. So gambling is playing on probability, playing on the odds of winning. So there the calculative part is negligent, it's almost missing. But in speculation and investment, we are doing some homework, we are seeing some trends in the market, and then putting in the money. So, out of the three, the most riskiest would be, if I talk about investment, speculation, and gambling, highest risk कौन सी activity में है? So, yes, it would be gambling because that is involving, yes. Thank you everyone for your responses because that involves the least homework. So again, since that in gambling involves the highest risk, the expected return would also be the highest as compared to the three. Okay, so to understand the difference between these three activities, we have a look at the table of difference. So here you can see the investment activity is generally based on fundamental analysis. Fundamental analysis क्या होता है कि हम किसी भी investment के core points analyze करते हैं. So generally, when we are talking about, say, investment in shares, so their fundamental analysis would mean a total background analysis of the company in which you are investing, right from who the directors of the company are, say, what is the age of the company, what are the core business areas, to how well the company has performed in the past, what is the future potential, what are the projects the company has undertaken or plans to undertake in the future. So this is known as fundamental analysis, though this we'll be doing in detail in the upcoming units also. On the other hand, a speculator generally sees what is the trend in the price of shares of a particular company. So, this trend analysis or seeing the charts, how the prices have moved up and down, that is known as technical analysis. Also, many a times, the speculator would move on the market sentiment. So, what they are hearing about a particular company, if there is some insider information, and the psychology of the market. Okay, so say there is some political crisis at the center, so that will impact the market because that leads to an environment of uncertainty. Okay, so how market reacts to certain points, to certain developments, what has been the past psychology of the market with respect to these events, all this will be considered by a speculator because they are investing in in the short run to make quick returns. So it's not only the own funds which they are investing, but they also make borrowings and invest money to make most out of the current trend in the market. So this is how you differentiate an investor from a speculator. The return obviously for a speculator will be the expected return for a speculator will be higher than the expected return for an investor. Coming to the comparison between investment, speculation, and gambling. So, here are the points. As I told you, gambling would be the most risky, the riskiest of the three, with the highest expected rate of return. So, here you are taking decision completely on probability. You are putting your money on the odds of winning. There is no homework that has been done. It is more or less chance on which you are expecting to earn money. So there is no stability of income, and generally people who are looking to have fun in the market, not in the market, but through the money which they are investing, trying to make carefree returns, they would go for a gambling activity. Okay. So I hope the difference between the three is clear. If there's any point requiring further explanation. Okay, let's move further. So, as I told you, from the examples which we had seen, there can be two types of investment. One is economic investment, where you are investing in real assets, the assets which you can see and which need maintenance, where you can see depreciation, you can see the growth. These assets are economic investment or investment in real assets, say building equipment, inventory, real estate. On the other hand, financial investment. Now, financial investment as such, these are claims to some underlying asset. So I cannot physically see a share or a mutual fund which I have purchased. These are claims. So in your demat account, it is reflected that these are the number of shares you are holding in your portfolio. So earlier we had the physical depositories, so we had these uh, share certificates which were issued, but now we are in the age of dematerialization, and these are assets which are reflected in your accounts, but you cannot physically see them. Okay, so as a result, there's no depreciation or wear and tear or maintenance involved in the financial assets. So let's quickly move through some of the examples of financial assets and how what are the main characteristics. Those some of these assets we'll also cover in detail in the coming units. So shares, by now all of us know they reflect the share capital of a company, and if we specifically talk about the equity share capital, it is the ownership capital. So they are held, issued in demat form, above average risk and above average expected rate of return. Next is debentures and bonds. So yes, what's the difference between debentures and bonds? How do you differentiate? Most of the times we are using these terms interchangeably. What's the difference between a debenture and a bond? Okay, so uh, it would be better, Nipun, if you unmute yourself and answer. Shrey, what about taxes? How are debentures and bonds different in terms of the taxation? I think we have discussed this concept when we were doing corporate finance also. Okay, okay, Nipun, your mic isn't working. Debentures are not exempted. Okay, so not exempted from taxes. You are talking about the time of sale. At the time of sale, because interest which you are earning on both is tax exempted.
Ma'am, but unfunded capital gains will be taxed.
The capital gains, yes. So that is at the time of sale which we are talking about. Okay, otherwise the interest earnings from both are exempted. And yes, Nipun has rightly pointed out, bonds, they are issued by generally by the government or large public corporations. On the other hand, debentures are generally issued by private companies. So from the definition itself, we get to know that bonds would be a comparatively safer investment as compared to debentures, and hence the expected return on bonds. The return on bonds would be lower than the return on debentures. Another difference is that bonds, they are generally collateralized, that is, they are backed by a security. Debentures in most of the cases are unsecured.
And मैम bonds are used to set interest rate like नेशनल इंटरेस्ट रेट होता है ना एक रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट सेट करने में बॉन्ड्स यूज
हम्म,
होते हैं डिबेंचर्स नहीं
हाँ
होते
हाँ हाँ, जो जो बॉन्ड्स का जो इंटरेस्ट रेट्स होते हैं, जो
10
एक्सपेक्टेड
ईयर ट्रेजरी
रिटर्न होता
बॉन्ड्स
है, हाँ, जो एक्सपेक्टेड
यस मैम
रिटर्न होता है, वो कहीं ना कहीं बेंचमार्क सेट करता है फॉर डिटर्मिनिंग द रियल इंटरेस्ट रेट इन द मार्केट. So how that works, and then the term yield was used, that also
यस मैम
is reflective of the bond market. So that also we'll be doing in detail. Okay, moving further, then you have your public deposits. Again, borrowings by the company. Public is parking some surplus money. So, private sector companies, public sector companies, both can use this as a source of finance, and then for investors this can be an investment avenue. Bank deposits, as we say, these would be the safer or comparatively safest of all the other investment options. Bank deposit, then ppf, post office savings, wherever the again the government element is added, there the safety element also improvises, increases. So bank deposits again can be for both public sector banks and private banks, and there you can make different types of deposits, which you already know: current account, savings account, FDs, and RDs. Post office savings, small savings, where you can make investment in your NSCs, National Savings Certificates, and KVPs, Kisan Vikas Patra. So again, these savings are allowed up to tax deductible up to 1,50,000, tax exemption मिलती है up to an investment of 1,50,000. The same rule 80C, section 80C के अंडर आप PPF में you can make investment up to 1,50,000. Also, PPF earlier it was permitted only in public sector banks, especially SBI was at the forefront, but now many private sector banks have also been permitted to open PPF accounts. So this is a 15-year long investment scheme. Again, that time can be extended in block of 5 years, और उसके बाद आप infinitely इसको extend कर सकते हो scheme को. Currently, the return is 7.1% for the I think the year up to September 2021 तक के लिए. The return is 7.1%, which was lowered because of the pandemic, but it is one of the most popular investment schemes, the Public Provident Fund. Apart from that, when we talk about financial investment, we also talk about money market instruments. Now, these are for a comparatively shorter period of time. Capital market is for investment for a period more than 1 year, while money market, the investment can be made for a maximum period of 1 year. मनी मार्केट में जो आपके मेन इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑप्शंस आपके पास होते हैं, दोज आर सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ डिपॉजिट, कमर्शियल पेपर्स, ट्रेजरी बिल्स, ओके, एंड अगेन मनी मार्केट म्यूचुअल फंड्स भी होते हैं, so which are investing indirectly in the money market instruments. Mutual funds, as highlighted, I'm just giving you an overview of these financial investments because our syllabus will be covering most of these investments in detail. So mutual funds are an indirect method of investing in the financial market. So again, pooling of funds by multiple investors, and depending on the scheme under which you are investing, your money will then be invested in those financial assets. So if I am going for equity based mutual funds, my money would be put in shares. If I am going for commodity based mutual funds, my money would be put in the commodity market, and so on. Okay, and the last instrument which we'll be talking about right now is the derivative instrument. So derivatives are when you are the financial assets whose value is derived from the value of underlying asset. So one of the ways in which you are hedging your risk, you are investing today Investing in the sense we are making the investment decision today. The money will be exchanged in the future, will be receiving the asset in the future, but the terms of trade are decided today. So, not only for hedging, that is to safeguard yourself, but for speculative purposes also, derivative instruments are used, and forwards, futures, options, swaps, these are derivative, main derivative instruments which are traded. Now, when I talk about trading in the market, then we talk about futures and options. Those are tradable in the sense that there is an organized market for these derivative instruments. Though forwards are also very popular, but then that is more of an over the counter market, okay, and customized market as compared to futures and options जहाँ पे आप lots में trading करते हो तो standardized market है वहाँ पे, okay. Now derivatives, earlier we had this as a separate unit in your syllabus, but now there has been a change, and now this derivative itself has become a separate DSC